Thank you for joining me here on the Miseducation of Everything Black. I am Chase the Truth and wanted to have a moment of truth here regarding the miseducation of the black vote. The miseducation of the black vote could equally be referred to as the miseducation of the black voice, the miseducation of the cries for justice in the black community, the miseducation of Black History Part 4, or a more adequate title, for which people of no color deep down subconsciously believe, the miseducation of black intelligence. Every election, whether it's a general or midterm election, the black vote is always a topic of conversation, whether your voice lies on the left or right side of the political aisle. It's been that way since 1870, when the black man was first allowed to even have a voice. It's been this way for the last 140 years. There is a repetitive, consistent, common miseducation of the black vote. The truth is, blacks are seen as unintelligent when it comes to making their voices heard in any election. There is the common belief amongst people of no color and coons alike that the only reason Barack Obama won the presidency twice was because he was black. People of no color and coons have this miseducation of thinking that the black vote can easily be manipulated with being pledged to someone who only has the qualification of being black. If that were true, then we would have Presidents Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Herman Cain, or Ben Carson. The thought that President Barack Obama was simply more qualified than the late John McCain or the former governor of Massachusetts, current senator of Utah, multi-millionaire political royalty Mitt Romney. Barack Obama was the better candidate, and he was more qualified. However, it seems that some people of no color can only execute the barbaric ability of pointing to the color of that man's skin as the reason he was voted president. People of no color and coons alike don't understand black intelligence. Blacks cannot afford to have allegiances to any one party, Democrat or Republican. Because the truth is, blacks don't trust the government. Because the government hasn't given blacks any reason to trust it. We talked about how the Department of Agriculture stole thousands of black-owned farms. What the Department of Education has and continues to do to the black community could be described as criminal. The Department of Justice has proven time and time again to be consistently unjust to blacks since 1865. As proof of this, people of no color are orchestrating plans to kidnap the current governor of Michigan, while the police are searching suspicious jaywalkers who are black out in California. People of no color are walking into schools, shooting them up, while blacks are getting beat by police in the school. No department in this government has earned the trust of blacks in America. However, blacks have always had an understanding of the political system and its value to seeking freedom and equality. The first black was elected to a major seat in the United States in 1870. It took blacks 5 years from initially being freed from slavery in 1865 to quickly realize the power of the political system and therefore elect the first black man to the United States Senate. Even though blacks have participated in government in the last 140 years, there is still this perception that blacks don't intelligently use their voice, which is further from the truth. The black community is fully aware of its choice between the racist in chief and his grandmaster on one side of the aisle and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on the other. Voting for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris doesn't mean the black community trusts them any more than they trust the Antichrist and his minion. We know who Joe Biden was and who Joe Biden is. Joe Biden was, on a scale of 1 to 10 on the racist scale, a solid 7.8, and through the years, he has become more like a 4.3. That is progress, and that is why Joe Biden is getting our vote. We also know that the racist chief in 1989 spent $85,000 to lobby for the death of 5 young minorities, and more recently has requested to see the papers of a free black man and claimed that neo-Nazis are very fine people, and more recently told white supremacists to stand back and stand by. Only super coonery can support that type of behavior. However, the miseducation of the black vote is on full display when not voting for the races means that we trust the man that is less racist. Of course not. We are just not going with the person who is more racist. We know Kamala Harris is a coon. She protected Steve Mnuchin while he was the CEO of One West Bank. Steve Mnuchin had over 1,000 legal violations because he would intentionally boost foreclosures. Kamala Harris, the then California State Attorney General, decided not to prosecute Steve Mnuchin, and Steve Mnuchin then donates to her election campaign. Kamala Harris also decided to prosecute hundreds of black men that she found out were innocent and decided to do nothing. She too shares an equality that coons like her share in as well. We know who Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are. Both options are poor options for blacks in this country. After 140 years, these options should not represent the best options for the black community. Yet, this is where we are. But blacks aren't surprised by this, similar to how we're not surprised when a person of no color is caught in blackface or using the word nigger. This never surprises us. At what point during the last 400 years have blacks ever truly believed that racism was over? Coons aside, blacks equally believe that racism has not died, merely transformed. Racism is like a disease or a virus. You have to kill it all. Because even if a little bit survives, it can quickly spread again like a grease fire. So here's the moment of truth. Since 1870, blacks have understood the importance of political power, and the allegiance formed has only been to the pursuit of true freedom, and the only way to secure freedom is to secure power, to which is why in the Democratic Party there are 51 blacks serving in Congress between the House and the Senate, while in the Republican Party there's a total of 1. Once again, our allegiance is greater than to one political party. Our allegiance is to an ideology that blacks have only wanted freedom and equality, but now realize that power is the only road that leads to true freedom and true equality. Once again, we know who Joe and Kamala are. We don't trust either one of them. However, we know that the journey to our freedom and equality must go through Biden and Harris rather than Satan's favorite minions. Thank you for joining me here for a moment of truth. I am Chase the Truth, and we'll see you next time here on the Miseducation of Everything Black.